Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Kia Sportage XPRO Prestige. Huge shout out to Planet Kia for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This Sportage is finished off in a glacier white pearl along with the gloss black roof. MSRP is just over $41,000. This is powered by the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic. Pumps out 187 horsepower, 178 pound-feet of torque. This model is all-wheel drive, so it weighs in closer to 3,700 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 7 seconds with a top speed of 120 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 14.3 gallons, and you'll expect to see 23 miles per gallon in the city and 26 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 108.5 inches. Its overall length is 184.4. It has a width of 73.4, a height of 65.5, and with the all-wheel drive, ground clearance is just over 8 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, you'll notice the Kia badge is blacked out, and it matches nicely with the rest of the gloss black, where there's also a camera for that forward angle and a dark housing for all of the LEDs. They blend in very nicely with the grille to make it look like one continuous piece. There's also fog lights down below where there's parking sensors and a sensor for distance pacing, along with more cutouts and gloss black for that lower trim accent. There's also a few lines coming down the hood too, just to give it a very sporty front end design for this Sportage. Now, with the XPRO, this comes with the all-terrain tires along with the matte black wheels with that unique design. You'll notice there's some black for the fender arches to tie in nicely with the lower side skirt and the bumper. There's also gloss black for the mirrors where there's a camera and a turn signal, and then everything from there up is gloss black. You'll notice too a full moonroof as well. So the two-tone design just gives it that great look. Now, this also has the body colored spoiler. There's the third brake light, wiper blade up top, LEDs. There's also the gloss black trim accent that runs through the liftgate, and then a backup camera, all of the parking sensors, and even a high clearance exhaust over on that passenger side. So if you do happen to take this off the pavement, you have the clearance to do so and get through some of those situations. Now, you can use the control underneath where this does have a power liftgate, and it also has a control on the key fob as well, along with remote start. But for this Sportage, there's a surprising amount of space in the back. This also has a spare tire. You could put in some smaller items down below and hide them away if needed. And you can also fold down these seats from the back, so that is super helpful. There's an area you can place the cover as well. You have a lot of space for this smaller vehicle. And then one button up top to close that liftgate. Now, as we work our way to the interior, the door panel has a neat design to it with this wood trim accent. There's also Harman Kardon for the audio, a little bit of storage down below, and then some soft touch materials on the grab handle. Now, if I further push this seat down, it will lock in that lowest position and give you a flat surface to put in larger items. You do have to unlock the seat by lifting on that lever, and you can use that lever to recline these seats too. Now, at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. There's also a storage pocket, vents, a little bit more storage in the middle, and at my height, I have a good bit of headspace. And then you can really recline these seats to be extremely comfortable. I am very impressed so far with this smaller vehicle, how spacious it is for your backseat passengers and your cargo space. You have cup holders and the armrest, and then there are the cargo windows there just to help with better visibility. And I just noticed too, there are some USB-Cs for the sides of the front seats. So you have 2 additional ways to charge electronics. Now, this also has memory seating adjustments. There's the window controls, side mirror adjustments, even more storage, and then the power operating front seats with a unique design for the insert. Now, as we hop in, this has a flat top and bottom design for the steering wheel. And as we start this up, on the left side, you'll notice all the cruise control settings along with lane keeping assist. There's even a drive mode control as well. So when you push on that, you can go through the 3 on-road modes. And then on the opposite side, you have terrain mode. So you can go between snow, mud, and sand. Now, there's also this control right here to go through some of the daily driving information, and you can scroll up and down depending on the page. So for this setting here, there's quite a lot of vitals to monitor, and then you can pull up the compass, look at lane keeping assist, and then back to this screen here. Now, on the right side, there's mode, voice commands, a favorites control, and then volume tuning and a few Bluetooth adjustments. On the left side, there's the e-brake, traction control, the liftgate, a dimmer switch, 1 air vent, and some more trim. And then with the infotainment system, it's very easy to go through. There's quite a lot of widgets here that you can gain access to. And then to further go through that information, you can use the controls down below. So you can get home, you can pull up the map, you can also set up your favorites, you can get into setup as well. And then the dials on both sides will be power and volume and tuning for the audio. If you push on the fan in the lower section, now these become the temperature adjustments. There's fan speed in the middle where you'd like the air to go, and then the defrosters are going to be fixed on that left side. So very easy to toggle back and forth. There's vents above that, wireless charging with more auxiliaries. This model has heated and ventilated seats, a heated steering wheel, and then the camera system. So especially if you're taking this on a hike, you're going mountain biking, something like that, you have all the visibility that you need in those tighter situations. So that way you can have the best possible view. When you put it into drive, then the forward camera becomes available and you can go through those angles as well. You can also shift using the shifter here. There's no paddle shifters behind the steering wheel. Behind that, there's a downhill assist, auto hold, engine start stop, parking sensors, a shortcut to the camera system, and then there's actually 2 cup holders. If you don't want to use them, simply fold them out of the way and then you can have them appear when needed. You have a 12 volt with storage in the armrest. There's also plenty of storage in the glove box, and then the rear view, dome lights, and controls for both the sunroof and sunshade. And then for this smaller vehicle, you still have a good bit of visibility. So very easy to see over both sides. As we set up behind the wheel now for the Kia Sportage, I really haven't been around this platform in quite some time, and the X Pro is new to me. It looks to basically just be the all-terrain tires. With the all-wheel drive system, like I mentioned earlier, you do get a lot of ground clearance. Now you can get this specific model in just front-wheel drive, and the ground clearance is going to be closer to 7 inches or so. So you do get a little bit more with the all-wheel drive system, and this would be a perfect smaller size SUV. If you're not looking for a big vehicle, I'm very impressed with my first impressions with this and how spacious it is on the interior. This is something that you can definitely pack full of whatever items you have and go on some adventures and not really worry about ground clearance through some of the off-roading settings you would be in, like a parking lot, some gravel. Nothing extreme, of course, but this could definitely get you through those situations with the all-wheel drive system and the different driving modes. This is a perfect all-around daily driving SUV. Now, I have been able to drive Kias before, so this is going to drive fairly similar. I've been in the larger Sorento. If you needed a 3-row SUV, you could bump up to that. But this is going to ride very similar and handle very well for this type of vehicle. For its price tag too, you have some very nice materials on the inside here, and everything is super easy to use and go through. I like the fact that Kia has put this control panel in the lower section. It is still within the screen technically of a separate screen there, but it's super easy to go through all of that. And then even in just normal mode here, I do wish it had a bit more power. I believe you can get a plug-in hybrid with the Sorento to get some extra power too. So just depending on your preference, I think it still has a good bit of power for this type of vehicle, but it would be nice. And again, if I drove the other models, it would have a bit more power. So it just depends on what you're looking to get. This is going to get some better MPG, and with front wheel drive, you'll get a little bit more MPG as well. Now, in terms of the driver's seat here, you saw how much rear space there was. At 5'10", I have about 2 inches or so of headroom, and the seat does go down slightly. So you could be a little bit taller than me and still fit in this, which is nice for the smaller size that this is. And it's just a super comfortable vehicle. So this would make for a great daily driver, one that's going to be good in parking lot situations. Maybe you're driving in the city quite often and you don't need a big vehicle, but you need a big area to put in items. It is definitely a great option to go with. And then you have your armrests on both sides too, which are equally as comfortable, and the manual adjustment for the steering wheel. But it is fantastic to drive. Visibility is great even without the camera system. And with it in sport mode, we'll use the shifter down below from second gear. Here we go. And we can easily get up to speed. Now, the shifter here is probably not something you're going to be using every single day, but you could use this if you're going off the pavement. You can use it to hold a gear just to carry your momentum better in some of those situations and use it as needed. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Kia Sportage, where this also has that camera system within the gauge cluster. So when you put on your turn signal, this will not only help you to see some things that are close to the vehicle, but it's also better for any blind spots you may have while you're merging onto the highway, things like that. You have an additional view, which for the price is some great technology to see for this model. And I've done a little bit of highway driving, but mainly some city driving here where it is very comfortable. This would make for a great daily driver, and one that's not overcomplicated either. You have all the tech features that you need, and that is about it. So some very nice amenities, especially for its price, and this model here, which is almost fully loaded, basically at the top of the trim spectrum for the Sportage. I will say it would be nice if it had a digital rear view mirror. I was just in the Sorento, which did have that. I'm not sure if any of the Sorrentos have that, but other than that, all of the rest of the tech is definitely very nice. And that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro. Once again, huge shout out to Planet Kia for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.